Beneran nggak tuh dibikinin konten? The video is here. Beliau ini nggak omdong ya. Jadi di video ini kalian itu denger dari mulut REXLENT sendiri ya. Dia ngobrolin soal ini tentang si Narushio ya. Narushio Buwa atau yang dulunya itu dikenal sebagai Sane.
Video because I'm not used to stuff like this. So you're gonna see my. Hey guys, as you can see in the title, this time this video isn't about guides or anything like that, no gameplay. I rarely make videos about individuals, but this time I think it's something that I need to do. For those who think I'm a hypocrite for bringing something like this up, I'll address this later. So I have a document on what to say for this video because I'm not used to stuff like this. So you're gonna see my eyes dart to the left, to my left a lot. Anyway, to bring you guys up to speed, I was doing my 2.7 Wuwa story on stream, and one of my viewers mentioned Narushio, aka Sane. I'm just gonna call him Sane from now on, X-A-I-N. And I went off on a tangent on why I dislike him and brought up a few points. Since then,
Why I dislike him? Wah ini open war ini. Open war ini udah.
Sane has posted a long tweet addressing some of these points, and that was about 2 days ago from this time of posting. More people came up to me with even more evidence and stuff about Sane. So instead of trimming out that part of the stream, I'm going to talk about it here in more concise points. But if you still want to watch the stream, it's in the link in the description below. For starters, some of you may say that I shouldn't be digging up dirty laundry of somebody from so long ago. As a matter of fact, I should have done this a long time ago. So the background, I've known Sane 3 to 4 years ago, ever since the PGR days when he was also a fellow player. Only when Wuthering Waves was about to launch, that's when Sane went on a hustle and rebranded himself as Narushio. And if you don't know what Narushio means, Narushio is the translated name for Wuthering Waves, aka Ming Chao in Chinese. You'll get Narushio, except in JP, most people also call it Meicho, so it's more like interchangeable, Narushio and Meicho. So when I learned about this, it's whatever to me, right? It's harmless, it's just a name. You're still gonna make content for the game.
No. Menurutku itu justru masalahnya di situ ya. Karena namanya dia itu Narushio. Dan profile picture-nya yang banyak yang ngira dia itu official itu. Dan kalau ngelihat tingkah lakunya di Twitter juga seringkali itu seolah-olah ya. Seolah-olah itu kayak official ya.
Sane progress with his activity with reposting and re-uploading videos from the official server. I mean, official channel, official media, official videos in other languages, all into his own channel. I don't know whether people think he was official at that time or not, or whether the effect was intended or not. It started to become an issue when Sane began to weaponize his following to get things he won. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Sane, you know what I'm talking about. You send your followers to mass report someone, regardless of how much they deserve it. I don't.
Ya ampun sampai segitunya toh. Sampai menggunakan viewernya untuk nge-mass report orang toh.
Think you should ever do that, publicly telling everyone to mass report somebody. He knows this and he has since deleted the post. He also addressed it in the tweet that I will mention later. Second case, monetizing official assets. So this one, on YouTube channel, there is a membership function. This is basically a paid membership where it's like Patreon, except on YouTube where you pay and then you get perks out of it. So Sane monetized Kuro Games media, wallpapers, Live 2D wallpapers behind his membership. You have members asking on his YouTube channel on where did he find these wallpapers, and he would say, "Oh, you should support me," and then you'll have access to it. Let me remember what he said exactly. I have the screenshot here. So look at this. Do you have those movement wallpapers in Wallpaper Engine, Live 2D wallpapers? Please, I want them. I do, but you have to join channel membership to download all Live 2D wallpapers. It's something I like to offer to all members who join the membership to support me. And at that time, Sane was in my Discord server, so I just publicly pinged him and said that you shouldn't monetize free assets. And that's when he replied, "It has been changed and removed." So what does that tell me? You're gonna continue doing this until you're caught? Or if somebody else finds this amiss and they're gonna point it out and then you remove it after you make enough money out of it? Don't tell me you don't know about this. This is official asset. You know what's official and what's not. So this is already a known fact for most people that know Sane. I'll talk about the next one. It's PGR beta. So for this topic, I need to shed light on this one because most people don't know how this works because this concerns PGR CN. And two things, not many people play PGR today. I mean, PGR has a healthy fan base, but not many present people in this era play PGR, newcomers. So they don't know. And also, secondly, not many people play PGR CN and also have beta. So let me educate you on how beta works in PGR, how access is gotten for PGR. First off, there are two ways to get PGR beta. Only two ways. The first way is by joining a lottery, a raffle. So in PGR CN, they will drop a banner saying that the form is open to apply for PGR beta. Every player can access it. Every CN player can apply for it. And then you just get lucky. Maybe the lucky 1,000 players will get into beta. And then they will send you your beta access key. And then you download a beta client and log in through it. So that's the first way. That's the normie way, the normal way. The second way is more special. Second way, you need to be a VIP for PGR. And VIP was an old feature back in the early days when PGR was smaller, where you spent a certain amount of money, about 50,000 rainbow cards. You can do the conversion yourself, 50,000 rainbow cards, and then they might send you an in-game mail saying that you're quarterly invited to the VIP program. Here are all the perks of the VIP, blah, 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 blah. And one of the perks would be you're guaranteed beta access every version. All you need to do is just apply for it. You apply for it, you get in right away. So that's how I got into all my betas ever since, like, what, 5 years ago. I just like apply for it because I got into the VIP. I wailed so much on PGR, but that's besides the point. So these are the two ways you know now.
Yo,
One is the
thank you,
raffle.
Raisin
Second
sudah
is the VIP.
subscribe.
So two things. When you get into the beta, you get invited to a QQ group. So QQ is a Chinese messaging platform. And when you're in that group, that's where Kuro gives you instructions on what to do with the beta and updates about the beta. And every single time in every beta for the QQ group, they will always include a Word document telling you the terms and conditions of the beta. So let me bring that up. All right. So this is the beta document. This is time of the beta, the content of the beta, what to do when you encounter a bug, what to do if you want to send feedback. And lastly, this thing here, always at the end of the list. So this clause here says that you're not allowed to sell, access, or share your beta account. If we find out that your account has been logged in via illegitimate means, then there will be a chance that your access will be revoked. So this is every beta player's responsibility to keep their beta access to themselves. And that is why every time when you see PGR beta footage, there's always the player ID watermark on the top and bottom of the screen. So you may argue that nobody I know has been caught sharing this. But if you ask a stranger, you're putting that stranger at risk. You have to tell them like what this entails, or they should also know. You have to know that both people are on the same page, that if you share beta access, you're at risk of getting this because you're breaking TOS. And if somebody reports you, for sure, Kuro has to take action and then you'll be in trouble because your ID is on the screen. Now, why I'm mentioning all this is because I want you to have this prerequisite knowledge before I move on to the next thing. This JP user called In Remission. So In Remission was or is a big Kuro CC. He was a big PGR CC in the JP scene. And Sane decided to DM him asking for beta. Hey, I was wondering if it would be okay if you could share PGR CN beta access once it goes live. I am okay with playing it once you finish playing the beta. It becomes active for 6 to 8 hours. You are under no obligation or pressure to respond to this. You see how he phrases his question? He knows what he's getting into. He puts all these polite things to cover his ass. Just in case people get mad, he said, yeah, I asked nicely. You are under no obligation or pressure to respond to this. I am just asking since I can't use the PGR CN payment system to buy anything, and also want to share all the information from PGR CN beta with all global players around. This is not a forced request, just a friendly request if it's okay. I know that phrasing. So, you know how beta works. You know about the TOS around beta. You're not supposed to share. And you know what's surprising? You didn't know that Japanese players in general heavily dislikes rule breaking. This is a trend for games across, not just gacha games or just in their culture. They don't like to break rules. So, when he DM'd in remission, that's his response. I really hate this kind of thing. Asking to share access to the test server. Are you kidding me? This person was helpful because they got info quick, but I'm seriously disappointed. Blocked right away. And then, because he sounded out about this, which I think he is the victim in all this, you ask him to share beta access and he got mad. And rightfully so. He should be mad. I would be mad if somebody asked beta like this. Can you give me beta? I was like, no. Look at the comments. People defending, saying that, why are you digging this up? He asked nicely. He asked politely. It's been months since this thing happened.
Mungkin kalau dari sudut pandang fansnya Narushio ini ya, ibaratnya Narushio ini memberikan konten yang diminta sama fansnya. Jadi aku lumayan bisa memahami tuh kenapa kok ada yang ngebelain. Terus kan ibaratnya Narushio udah minta izin ini dengan sopan. Ya inilah.
So what? What? I committed a crime and then what? I'm sorry, judge, that was like last year. Why are you bringing this up? I'm asking nicely. Can you give me the beta? Can you break the TOS and give me the beta? You see where I'm going with this? Not to mention, you cannot say that Sane doesn't know about this. I already said.
Nah, dari sudut pandang fansnya yang ngebelain mungkin seperti itu. Cuman dari sudut pandang siapa tadi namanya? In remission ini ya. Kok dia kayak dijadiin ini ibaratnya itu tumbal proyek ya kalau istilahnya ya. Jadi ya Narushio jelas diuntungin tuh. Fansnya dia juga mendapatkan tontonan yang mereka mau ya. Jadi Narushio untung, viewernya Narushio atau fansnya juga untung. Nah, tumbal proyeknya ini si In Remission ini.
Before, Sane is a PGR player. He knows what he's getting into for beta. He knows. You cannot say that, oh, this document is only in a document form inside the QQ group. Sane might not have this QQ group. I'm sorry. Look at this. It's inside the game. You have the beta.
Kayak aku terjemahin supaya lebih jelas. Bisa nggak aku jadiin kamu tumbal untuk kontenku? Sepertinya viewerku pengen tuh konten PGR beta. Boleh nggak ya?
Client, it's always in the beta version. Last clause, same thing. Don't share account, don't sell account. If we find out, you're fucked. So no, I'm showing you all this is to eliminate any possibility that he wouldn't know about this. He knows about this. You had beta access a couple of times, Sane. I know. I know the current owner of the beta access you have also with, and I talked to them, and they also weren't aware of what you're doing. Just like what I said. Look at the top and the bottom part of the screen. That's my ID. So this is my PGR CN ID 359655987. So that's how you know how PGR beta works. So I am bringing this up again because In Remission is a friend of mine. I've met him in TGS. Really nice guy. I don't think it's right with how
Temennya dia.
the community treated him when he voiced this out, and they sided with Sane instead. So I want to make things clear about all this on the severity of this issue with PGR beta access sharing. Next thing would be the last thing I want to address, and I don't care about all the little things you said, like how Lupa, when played correctly, would do the same damage as Vera from PGR. Absolutely insane, but that's besides the point. The next thing I want to talk about is your character. By character, I mean your deceptive behavior, deceptive branding. You're completely aware of how your brand works, how your name, Narushio_Wuwa, would look like to many players, to many newcomers, thinking that you're official. You might think that it's not a big deal. It is. Many people thought you were official until somebody says that you're not, and they'll be like, oh my god, I thought he was official. That's why I followed him. You're dancing on a very gray area where it's hard for people to accuse you to say that you're aware, and people who say that you're not. But you're playing this game, you're threading this fine line, and you know what you're doing. Of course, you have all those footnotes in place already in parts of your profile saying that you're not an official creator. This is in response to when people started thinking that you're not to cover yourself, but then you're still keeping up the charade, typing, acting like you're a official entity. Oh, one more thing. Let me rewind before I move on about that topic. This is about the beta again. One day, my friend Altera asked, why does your beta vid use another ID? You say, you should know by now there are multiple CN servers that are connected and don't share with each other. Dude, who are you to ask me these questions? You clearly don't know how beta works, bro. What do you mean there are multiple CN servers that are connected and don't share with each other? Let me tell you straight. Let me clear the air for everyone how beta works. Beta is a separate server where they clone everybody's account onto it. If you got into the beta, they clone your account and put it into the beta server. So you're essentially logging into your very same clone account at that time. And then you will see.
Oh, jadi gitu toh. Jadi kayak misal ke-invite tuh. Nah, akunnya yang ke-invite itu ya, itu di-copy, ditaruh di server betanya itu ya. Jadi orangnya itu ibaratnya login ke akunnya sendiri ya, meskipun di server beta ya.
Your characters and hence your ID at the top of the screen. I don't know why you want to make shit up about there are multiple CN servers that are connected and don't share with each other, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, here's some examples. CN, you basically fooled CN and JP. Although he says that, in fact, during the server launch period, he misled quite a few people, including those on Bilibili, thinking he was the official account, especially since Bilibili community at the time also had a Miku war going on. After the server launched, this person also spread insider intel, which simultaneously led to some misunderstanding. Hard to judge. Okay, JP. Even if you're not being deceptive, the way you're communicating right now comes across as misleading behavior. And I think that's the biggest problem. So it would be wise to change your name or rebrand. Honestly, there are probably a lot of people following you thinking it's official, and I was one of them at first. I don't remember it being stated clearly back then. See? Like I said, you know how to tiptoe around the gray area, the fuzzy area. You're sort of official, except you're not official kind of identity. So when people question you, you can say, yeah, I didn't say I was official, but I'm behaving like one. Know what I'm saying? I know at this time of posting, you've made some quick adjustments for damage control, but this is talking about your entire behavior up until this point. So let me go on a tangent and bring up an example. I have the perfect example right here. You see this? This is a soy sauce from my hometown in Malaysia. It's called kicap pekat. But all you need to know is the brand. The brand is 4A. And look at this. So 4A is the OG. Look at this. A4. A4, when I was younger, my mom used to say, go out to the grocery shop and get me the ketchup. But don't buy the wrong one. Get 4A. Don't get me A4. It tastes different. A4 is the imitation. A4 is that imitation. But to this day, it's grown big enough because it's fooled people enough. People can differentiate. Sometimes it's 4A, A4. They just get gaslit. Which one's the original one? Or was it called A4 the whole time?
Jadi yang asli itu 4A ya. Yang asli itu 4A. Rexland dipesenin ibunya itu jangan salah beli yang A4 karena rasanya beda. Tapi yang imitasinya, yang A4 itu ya, akhirnya bertumbuh. Nah ini sampai ini. Yang mana yang asli?
It's already big enough to this day. And you, Sane, you are the A4.
Nah ini ilustrasinya si Rexland itu untuk menggambarkan si Narushio ya.
Of Wulwa. You're basically the A4. You're just riding on deceptive branding, getting to where you are right now. Now, there's already accusations about saying how I'm hypocritical because I said I didn't like drama before, and now I'm starting a drama. No, I really don't. I don't like drama. I don't partake in what people say. Oh, this person thinks this about me. I'm gonna make a response video to say what I think about what he thinks, and then it's gonna go into a loop. What he thinks about what I think about what he thinks about what I think. I don't partake in that. My channel is proof enough. However, if you can't tell the difference between this call out versus a typical CC drama, then you have a problem. This is something that's worth raising, in my opinion, and I want to spread this awareness. I'm not throwing shade at CCs who like to do drama content. That's fine. That's still content in the end. People enjoy those content. In the end, they're still making their own content. That's different from what I'm bringing up right now. Okay, I'm gonna close with this. So when I made my comment on the stream, which was answering somebody, and I just casually said that how I don't like Sane, I dislike Sane. It's fine to dislike somebody. I had my reasons for it. So Sane, in his nature, made a whole damage control post, quickly addressing everything I said, and tried to make it look like he's the victim here. And you can read this on his own page. I just want to talk about the
Playing victim.
last part of this wall of text. After reading all this, if you think I'm faking it, that's your right. However, I have said my piece. But please know I'm still a very open-minded person who talks of things out in public and DMs when I should. If I did something wrong, you could just DM me. Naru, you shouldn't say that. And I will accept it and try to improve on that instead of disagreeing with you. So, three things I want to talk about this particular paragraph. The first thing, you like to handle things in DM. I understand things when people like to handle things in DM cordially instead of making it a huge issue. But I also think that something should be made a huge issue if it's severe. And you, Naru, Sane, you like to contain everything so that your image isn't tarnished. You like to contain everything into DM. When I called you out on the Live 2D paywall, because I was so pissed that you actually did that, you had the guts to DM me saying that next time you should handle this in DM, which I also said, hell no. You have to answer for this. You have to tell everyone that you're fixing this. Second, you could just DM me, Naru, you shouldn't say that, and I will accept it. The last time I checked, many people came up and said that when they try to correct you or when they try to call you out on things, you have them blocked. So I don't know what you're saying. And now, the third and most important point where I'm closing this video with. If you think I'm faking it, that's what you said. If you think I'm faking it, that's your right. Which I will say, yes, I think you're faking it. So I have a lot of tabs here, which I will go through one by one. You already know how Sane behaves on his official platforms. Of course, it's understandable how a CC behaves online in a public platform versus how they talk on Discord, but the contrast in this is staggering. It's different from how I talk about things online and how I talk about things on Discord. I'm pretty much maybe 90% the same person. You want to find dirt on me? I'm going to be talking like how I talk in Discord and on stream. But this one, these, I would say, are sent to me by people that you know. I didn't know about all of this until they came forward to me. The only thing I had about you saying were the previous points I mentioned, the monetization, live wallpaper, the beta stuff. All this that I'm about to show came from people you know. So let's start with this one about you reposting videos from content creators. I know you ask permissions everywhere. You even asked for my permission, which I said, okay, but you have to repost from my Twitter. This is one of the CN Kuro CCs that was approached about their permission given to you. So I know the resolution is kind of blur because it's taken from mobile, but basically, this person was asked about, do you remember this channel, Narushio? Do you remember about them asking for your permission to re-upload a video? To which the person replied saying, yes, but I only gave permission for that one video. After that, he just helped himself with every subsequent video. And he was pissed about it. Not only he was pissed, he felt helpless. He followed up by saying, it's normal. Even on Bilibili, people just steal your video and add music on top of it, and all of a sudden, it becomes their video. So he's helpless about it, especially when you're uploading outside of China. And he ended it with, you can share my video. If there is profits to be made, then it will be understandable if there's profit sharing because you're taking his work, his video, and uploading it elsewhere for engagement. It's only fair if the creator asks, reasonable as well. If the creator asks, if there's profits to be made from this, let's profit share because you're taking my work, right? So this is one example of the people that you ask for permission to upload videos. You just basically
Aku nggak tahu tuh. Kan dia tadi minta izin. Terus kan konten kreator yang ngasih kontennya kan minta bagian kan. Nah aku nggak tahu itu ditanggepin sama si Narushio atau enggak ya. Atau nggak tahu ini tuh obrolan percakapan sama Narushio atau uh, sama orang lain ya.
help yourself to everything. You just ask once and then take everything. When he said only one video. Next thing, Wuwa Kuro official content creator program. So only you know why you got banned. This happened back in CBT too. I wasn't even aware why you got banned. You did something. You know what you did. Only you know. And when this happened, you were guilt tripping the admin of the Discord, and then you back the admin. Admin is telling me I'm being annoying. How
Dibongkar tuh. Dibongkar. Apakah ini penyebab si Narushio ini ya di-ban ya?
professional by begging or and then you screenshot it yourself. Understood. Sorry for disturbing you. I will quit being CC. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. I told the admin this and ended the chat. And then admin responded, "You're not disturbing me. I just want you to understand what you did has consequences. I hope you understand the situation." To which he responded, "I see. I just wanted another chance, but I guess there is never another chance. What is done is done. It cannot be undone. Anyway, thank you for the time. I'll move on and find an actual job and forget about everything."
Kenapa kok apa ya bahasanya dia itu apa ya selain terkesan playing victim kayak apa ya? Aduh.
And I really wanted to do something in life. I guess life hits you back. I mean, the admin is kind of based here.
Kan kayak ngapain tuh? Aku akan move on dan bakal cari kerja. Aku akan berhenti menjadi konten kreator.
Just nonchalantly replying, "Good luck on your future endeavors." Why are you guilt tripping the admin? Why are you
Nah,
typing?
kenapa kok apa ya? Dia berusaha banget itu seolah-olah kayak yang salah itu admin ini, admin atau yang pihak dia dia ajak omong ya. Padahal kan cuma negur tuh, oh kesalahanmu di sini, tindakan yang kamu lakukan ini ada konsekuensinya. Tapi kayak, wah,
like this? "I will quit being CC. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day." So you put this thinking that you will win with your bluff, and then it turns out it didn't go your way. Admin just says that it has consequences. You realize that they called your bluff, and then you just continued with your guilt trip. "I wanted another chance. What's done is done. Cannot be undone. Thank you for your time, man. I really wanted to do something in life. I guess life hits you back, bro. What is this tone, man? You're 30 years old. This one, Rex called
tuh si REXLENT tahu tuh. Tahu si Naru itu usia 30 tahun.
me out for adding live 2D stuff in YouTube membership. Nice, Rex using my nickname. Now this one is from your own circle, Sane. I don't know
Aku sekarang jadi kepikiran tuh, kenapa kok dia nggak pakai nama si Zain. Nah, mungkin dia nggak pakai nama si Zain itu supaya ibaratnya itu buka lembaran baru tuh. Mungkin waktu dia pakai nama si Zain itu, dia juga ada kayak dosa-dosa atau aib-aib terdahulu ya.
what I reposted. I don't know what I posted, and I don't know what Seko reposted. And then your response to it was, "Wow, retard retweeting retard." I mean, okay, I say the retard word a lot of times, but that's not the point here. It's not about whether you saying the word that makes it a bad thing or not. This is not a gotcha moment because you said retard. This is a gotcha moment because of how you act and how you claim you act in front of everyone, saying that you're not faking it, but behind the scenes, this is your behavior. Rex is
Nah ini bermuka dua dan menurutku ini ya ibaratnya itu kalau di dunia game itu kan ya namanya main game itu kan kadang ngatain goblok gitu-gitu ya. Nah itu apa ya nggak personal tuh tapi sepertinya si Naru ini ada personal ya sama si REXLENT ini.
the most piece of shit server I
Rex is the most. Ya ini mungkin dia kesel tuh karena drama Discordnya dia di servernya REXLENT ya gara-gara si REXLENT ini nge-call out dia ya karena ini ya membership untuk live tuh di wallpaper itu ya.
have ever seen. Can he call Rex P2? Motherfucker quoted Rex AL Live 2D. And I don't know, I remember making this funny post about Frolova story. I know she's probably tricking me, but I can't prove it yet. Can't prove it. This stupid retard. And then this one concerns other
Wah, ini Sentontas nih. Sentontas kan kalau nggak salah lagi liburan kan. Nah, nggak tahu tuh nanti dia pas lagi liburan ngelihat hal ini apakah gatel pengen ngupload reaction-nya dia karena namanya dibawa-bawa ya. Terus ya nggak tahu tuh nanti dia liburan apakah ada laptop untuk bikin video reaction atau nunggu setelah ini ya liburannya dia selesai. Kayaknya nggak mungkin itu Sentontas nggak ngerti tentang hal ini ya.
people. Saint Tontas, so many viewers sign up that I'm booked for the next 2 weeks. The vocal retarded minority screeches the loudest. This retard. People are so stupid paying $30 for account review. This is the worst.
Wah, nyenggol Sentontas. Katanya orang-orang kok bodoh banget ya. Bayar $30 untuk akunnya di-review. Itu tuh kembali lagi ke konten kreator dan viewernya. Kalau viewernya bersedia, ya kenapa tuh? Kenapa? Apa ya? Kayak ini tuh kan personalnya si konten kreator sama viewernya kan.
Person to get your account reviewed, and bro is not even rejecting it. Such a retard person. Onto someone else again. Bro, proof he's
Wow!
retard and
Nggak cuma Sentontas, Ryuku Sensei.
old man. And another one, all I know is Sane called Janazet a P or implied it because he's cool with Meiji or something. It's dumb as fuck. Can he call Rex P2?
Wah, kayaknya emang personal tuh sama Rexel. Nah, ini kan yang atas kan ngebahas soal jenazah dan Meiji kan. Kenapa Rexlen dibawa-bawa tuh?
There you have it. That's your Sane. To answer your question, if you think you're faking it, yes, I do think so. I think you're faking it.
Nah, ini kan dijelasin tuh apa itu bermuka dua ya. Ya kalian lihat yang postingannya di Twitter tadi, ya, ternyata mungkin di belakang di Discord ini ya. Di Discord ini mungkin beda lagi tuh.
It. Not to mention, the way you talk in this scene, you just talk to your followers. And when anything happens, you make sure you have the narrative in your control first. You make sure you type to your followers first, make up a whole wall of text about your stories, your insecurities, your vulnerabilities, and how it's okay. And finally, enough people applaud you for your courage for admitting to all these wrongdoings. You know why you admitted to these wrongdoings. It wasn't courage. It was because you got cornered. You know that I'm about to make this video. You did all this for damage control. And
Nah, untuk nyelamatin mukanya dia itu, untuk fans-fansnya dia, untuk viewernya dia.
I just want to close with this. I know I said I want to close with this a lot, but
Tapi ya dipikir-pikir ya mungkin ada masuk akalnya juga sih. Kenapa nggak dari kemarin-kemarin tuh? Berarti si Naru ini memang udah tahu ya kalau Rexlen ini cepat atau lambat tetap bakal call out dia ya.
have a lot to get off my chest. I want to close with this. Narushio, Sane, you're not a player. You're a fucking politician. And that will be the end of my video. Everything I want to say, I've already said it here. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Memang ini sih emang legend ya si Rexlen ya. Dia bilang mau call out, sebenarnya udah di call out ya di live stream ya di Twitter, terus ya ini sampai dibikinin konten tuh. Menurutku tetap apa ya positifnya di sini kan aku berusaha netral aja lah, aku nggak berat sebelah. Aku ngerasa tetap sisi positifnya si Narushio ya, dia itu menjembatani antara ini ya, antara konten-konten menarik yang ada di Bilibili CN, ya kan banyak tuh pemain global yang nggak nggak bisa bahasa Mandarin kan. Jadi kayak meskipun apa ya, bahkan banyak juga tuh nggak tahu cara mengakses Bilibili gimana ya. Nah ibaratnya dia itu yang apa ya nguploadin konten-kontennya, cuman ya kembali lagi kalau dari sisi penontonnya mah happy-happy aja ya nonton konten-konten yang mereka mau ya, hal-hal menarik tentang Kuro Games, tentang Wuwa dan juga PGR ya. Cuman ya ternyata dia sebagai re-uploader Itu yang orang-orang suka, tapi dia sebagai seorang pribadi ternyata banyak yang nyimpen unek-unek tentang dia ya. Sampai REXLENT akhirnya ya bikin video ini untuk ngeberesin ini. Jadi thank you udah nonton. Kalian yang mau komen, monggo ya di kolom komentar ya. Like, comment, dan subscribe. Bye-bye.